Mason, Hayes and Curran solicitors, Edward Gleeson partner, used false allegations presented by Dermot Martin to issue this solicitor's letter against me. False allegations and lies to obtain a solicitor's letter claiming that I committed criminal damage in the Pro Cathedral in Dublin. No Garda investigation, indeed a Garda was in last week and could find no wrongdoing. And yet they threatened me with a solicitor's letter full of lies and false allegations. This is the Archbishop of Dublin, Dermot Martin, man that claims to be the great saviour of the people. All he did was present documents that was supposed to be handed over by his predecessors. He was doing his job. Just because other people weren't doing their job doesn't mean that Dermot Martin is some great hero. They can afford a solicitor's letter for me, but they can't afford a ramp. They say they can't afford a ramp for the Pro Cathedral for disabled people and people with buggies, but they can afford the best solicitors in Ireland, the very best solicitors of the year 2014, Mason, Hayes and Curran, to issue me with a solicitor's letter full of blatant lies. Go to Store Street Garda Station and see if they have any complaints made against me for criminal damage. And yet in this letter it claims that I committed criminal damage in the Pro Cathedral. I committed no criminal damage. Where is the money for a ramp at the Pro Cathedral? And yet they can afford solicitors' letters for me. Best solicitors in Ireland, and they claim poverty. It's time people started asking questions. This is what your donations are going to. Donations for years, covering up child abuse, donating to child abusing priests. Father P.J. McCabe abused children in this cathedral, and this is what the money was being donated towards. Now the money is going to solicitors to help cover this up. This is where your money is going. This is where all the donations are going. Best solicitors in Ireland. Best solicitors. Edward Gleeson, partner to Mason, Hayes and Curran. Bottomless pit of money for solicitors, no money for a ramp for buggies and disabled people. Claiming poverty. Plenty money for Hayes, Mason, Hayes and Curran. Plenty money for solicitors' letters. Roman Catholic Church trying to silence people. Archbishop Damien Martin and Father Damien O Reilly supplying false information to Mason, Hayes and Curran solicitors of Barrow Street in Dublin. False allegations made against me to obtain this letter to try and criminalise the protest work that I do. On the 9th of June this year, Father Damien had no problem speaking to me. On the 12th of June he had no problem speaking to me. All of a sudden, when he was asked a few straight questions, and when his bishop was asked a few straight questions, all of a sudden there's allegations of criminal damage in the Pro Cathedral. On this letter, I'm asking Father Damien O Reilly and Archbishop Dermot Martin to provide the proof that obtained this letter where I have committed criminal damage in the Pro Cathedral at any time since I began protesting here. I challenge Father Damien O Reilly and Archbishop Martin to supply the information, to supply the evidence that obtained this solicitor's letter from Mason, Hayes and Curran. Edward Gleeson, solicitor partners to Mason, Hayes and Curran, supplied with false information by the Archdiocese of Dublin to obtain a solicitor's letter. They claim they can't afford a ramp for disabled people and for buggies at the Pro Cathedral, but they can afford the best solicitors in Ireland, best solicitors 2014 in Ireland, to get a letter. Ask them how much this letter cost. This is what your donations are going towards. Hiring solicitors to silence people that are protesting. They won't answer questions. They won't meet with people.
And I was speaking to Archbishop Martin on the 12th of June.
What were you accused of?
There's the accusation there.
I can't do that with glasses.
Like, you can read it. You can read the letter if you like, any way you want.
No, like, what did they accuse you of?
Of harassment. First of all, harassment. Is it harassment, criminal damage, something else? In the Pro Cathedral.
And did you do any of that?
Nothing. Sure, if I did, wouldn't they arrest me for it?
Mason Hazen, current solicitors, Barrow Street in Dublin, hired by the Archbishop of Dublin, sent a letter based on lies and false allegations. All lies in this letter. All lies. Best solicitors in Ireland. Solicitor of the year 2014. Furnishing me with a letter of lies. If Dermot Martin or Father Damien O Reilly can prove any of the stuff that's in this letter, why don't they take me to court? If I have committed criminal damage in the Pro Cathedral, where's the criminal charges?
But you can confirm I was never arrested.
We have to be careful now.
Well, there's no careful, it's just the truth. You tell the truth and there's nothing to be careful about.
Absolutely, you know that,
Right.
John.
At no time was I arrested. At no time did you arrest me or did the other vanguard that was there arrest me? At no time. Did you read me my rights or did you
There you are.
arrest
Can you
me?
get that there yourself now?
I can. This is it.
There you are.
Or is it two of them?
There you go. Two of them there, yeah.
Two of them, okay.
I'll let you read that now and see what you
Is
make
that
of
who,
it.
is that who our legal bullies are?
That's who they are now.
As I was saying, I seen him in there today and I was surprised when I got there. Maybe he didn't notice me. I've never threatened you in any shape or form.
No, you've never threatened me.